So we're getting very close. Listen up. We're getting very close. According to the timetable, we're getting very close to the end of this unit. So key ideas. So I took this snapshot from the textbook that we used to use, not anymore. So all quadratic equations of the form, can you tell me what form is this? Remember, there are three forms for quadratics: factored, vertex, standard. Which one is definitely this one? Nope. Okay, so instead of just saying no, why can someone tell me why this could never be factored? Yes, what does factor have to do to be factored? You need to have what? How many sets of brackets? Or at least one set of brackets, at least one bracket. Why is, okay, furthermore, why is this one not vertex? Huh. Factored, okay, got it. It doesn't have brackets. Why is it not vertex? Oh, I'm just talking about the structure itself. By the way, all of them could be y equals this or fx equals that. But why is this one not considered to be factored? We got it. Why is it not considered to be vertex? There's also no brackets with what power on top of it? With 2. So if it's neither of those, it has to be what? The last one, which is? So what is this one? Standard. So go ahead on top of it, underline it, and say standard. Standard. Okay. So to use today's formula, everyone, to use this today, everyone, to use this today, you have got to put it in what form? In what? Standard. For the last few days, we actually did not put it in standard. We actually kept using what form? The one with the brackets, which is we used factor for like 3 days straight. Well, yes. Today we use standard. I'm going to show you why. So it can be solved using this. So it is. So I want you to write something in front of this. What do you use this for? I want you to write. I want you to write next to this. Use this to find x-intercepts. Bless you. Use this to find x. By the way, do you always have to have two x-intercepts? You can always have what? You can sometimes have one, or you can have what? None. Good. So that's why I always say yes. Oh, you can go. Okay. So sometimes you get two x-intercepts, sometimes you get one, sometimes you get none, which means it's not what. Yeah. So everyone, if you have two intercepts, you have to call it x-int. If you have one intercept, you have x-int. If you have no x-intercepts, you are not going to find any anyway. All right? Okay. So I want you to completely scratch this out. Go ahead. Don't worry about this part. It's a part of grade 12, not grade 11. In grade 11, we just learned how to use the equation, not how it was derived or made up. Yes. Okay. A quadratic equation can have 2, 1, or 0. I want you to write this. On top of this, you can say x-intercepts. It could have two x-intercepts, or one x-intercept, or no x-intercept. Okay. So here's my question to you now. We're done the box here. Here's my question to you. Why would you need to know, sorry, why would you need to use the quadratic formula? I mean, we've used what? We've used, actually, it's not always the easiest. Sometimes factoring what does not work. Sometimes it works. And if it works, you go with it. Sometimes it doesn't work. If it doesn't work, this is your last resort. So I encourage you, never start with what? With the quadratic formula. Always try to start with what? What's the technique we used for the last few days? Factoring. Because it's easy. If it doesn't work, then guess what? You go to this. So why would you want to use the quadratic? Go ahead. Quadratic formula. Okay? Oops, my bad. Because there are two reasons. Sorry. Let's see on Okay? There are usually two reasons. Number one, you cannot factor. You can try everything. It's not going to work. You cannot factor. For example, go ahead. Let's try factoring this. Do you remember how we factor a simple trinomial? By the way, this is a simple trinomial. Can someone tell me what makes this a simple trinomial? One thing. No, 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 no. This is a standard form. No, not the no brackets. See? There's a one where at the beginning. Everyone, if there's a one here, that makes it a simple trinomial. So I want you to add a one if you can. I think you might not have enough space, but if you can, that's fine. And I want you to say simple trinomial. All right. Do you remember how we factor a simple trinomial? By that, I mean, what number of those two do you look at first? Because you always have to look at one number first. Which one, Kellen? 24. Okay. So everyone, we're going to look at the 24. All right. What are the pairs for 24? What's the easy first pair? 1 and 24. Good. Awesome. 2 and 12. Not so. One before 4 and 6. No, not 8 and 6. 8 and something else. Nope. 8 and no. 8 and so 3. So 3 and 8. Oh, oh, 8. Okay. What is the last one? The one you said. 4 and. Okay. How do we decide which one of those work? 10? We don't have a 10. Makes. No. Which one makes a what, Sebastian? Which one will give us a 4? Do you think 24 and 1 is going to work? No way, too big. 24 plus 1 is 25. 24 minus 1 is 23. Go ahead, cross this one out. That's a. No, it doesn't. 15. No, we want a 4. 4. So this one is not going to work. Also too big. 3 and 8, no. 3 and 8 either gives me 11 or 5. So it must be what? Actually, is it even 4 and 6? Doesn't make a difference. No. What's 6 plus 4? What's 6 minus 4? Guess what? Yes. None of them works. So this is what? None of the pairs work. So what do you call that? Unfactorable. I want you to write the word unfactorable. Some people call it non-factorable. I'm just going to go with unfactorable. Factorable. Okay, so that's one reason why you might need to use the what? The quadratic formula. What's another reason? Easy reason. You're at the end of a test. You don't have time to factor. And to maybe the number is too big, is what? Is too big, and the list is what? The list is long. You're like, I don't have time to figure out all the pairs that work or don't work. So you know what? Let me just do it with the what? With the thing that I know is always going to work, which is the what? The quadratic formula. So everyone, the other reason that we need to use the quadratic formula is I am running out of time. If I had time, I would list all the pairs, but I just don't have it. So I'm just going to apply the what? The quadratic formula. So the other reason is you do not have time. Just going to zoom out. Bless you. You do not have time to factor or do not know how to factor. Maybe you forgot factoring. Everyone? Maybe you just forgot how to factor. Maybe you spent the summer doing absolutely no math, and then you have Mr. Fonseca for grade 12, and 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 he gives you what? Solve a quadratic question, and you're like, crap, I forgot all of my grade 11. But for some reason, I remember this particular lesson. At least I can get some marks. Okay? For example, maybe the expression is complicated, and you don't have time to factor or don't remember how to factor. Okay? So I'm going to show you basically the, yes. So I want you to underline this and underline that. Okay? All right, everyone, let's flip the page. Let's focus, because now I'm going to teach you how to use it. First of all, what form is this? Vertex, factored, or standard? Look at, nope. Standard. So am I ready to use the quadratic formula? Yes, everyone, you can only use it if it's in standard form. All right. So I want you to point to it or to say this and say standard. Okay. What's my A? What's my B? What's my C? Yes. So I need to listen. It does. Today's lesson, you cannot use this unless it's in what? If it's in factored form, you use what I taught you in the last couple of days. If it's vertex form, I'm going to teach you how to do that next week. But today is only with which form? Good. All right. Can you tell me? I am. Can you tell me what's my A value? Which basically is what's my first number in the equation? No. Number. Only number 3. What's my B? Which is what's my second number? 2. Positive or negative? Just wait. What's my C? Again? The biggest mistake that people do is they only say 8. Bahjat said it right. It must be said with the what? With the sign. If it's a positive, it's positive. If it's a negative, it has to be a part of the number. Otherwise, you are solving one that looks like this. Sorry, that's a whole different quadratic. Whole different thing. You need to respect every sign. Christine, yes? Yes. Exactly. Same thing here. If it's a positive, it opens what? Opens up. If it's negative, it opens down. So every number here has a meaning. Okay, everyone, let's be organized here. Let's write the numbers first. Go ahead. A, two things. A, your first step should always be writing this. Can I see everyone writing, please? You can't just depend on the recording. Many of you are not doing well in this course because they're like, oh, I'll just wait for the recording. Go ahead. For some people, it works. For many, it doesn't. And I just find it weird that after 13 weeks of seeing that it doesn't for some people, they still think it was. But then again, it's your course, not mine. Okay? All right. What should I do now? I should write the equation and put each number where its variable belongs. Okay? So let's start. X equals. By the way, I'm going to write the equation first, like the one with the symbols. Here's the equation. You make a long fraction, and you write minus b plus, it has to be plus minus. Plus minus square root b squared minus 4ac. Of course it does. But you're going to be surprised how much you actually know how to plug things in by the second example. Yeah. Sorry. So everyone, here's the equation. Here's the equation. Sorry. Here's this. Minus b plus minus. By the way, how many of you have seen plus minus before? Yeah. Great. Then why didn't you raise your hand? Plus minus means what? You get how many solutions? 2. Exactly. So this is basically your what? Your possible 2 answers. That's why. Then you have a square root. And by the way, everyone, your square root has to be long enough to cover b squared minus 4ac. Oftentimes you make a mistake or you get marks off because you write b squared minus 4ac, but you only show your square root up to here, like up to here. like only up to here. You don't make it extend to go. Also, your fraction has to be short or long. Yes, it has to contain all of this, and 2a just goes in the middle of the bottom. Okay, let's plug in the numbers as they appear. All right. First of all, everyone, what's my b from the green list? What's my b? Apparently, my first thing I have to put is minus b, or I should say negative b. Negative b. Where is my b here? 2. But am I putting b or negative b? So I should put 2 or negative 2. Perfect. So always remember, the first thing you put is always the flip of what you already see in the green. Okay, so here's my first one. Negative 2. Then you do plus minus. Square root. What's my first thing inside of the square root? But it's being what? It's a b squared. So it's squared, not double. Double means multiplied by 2. Square means multiplied by itself. No problem. So everyone, 2. By the way, do I need to put the 2 in a bracket? Do I need to? I could, but I shouldn't. Why? Is it positive or negative? Yeah, when you have a positive number squared or cubed or to any power, like Ms. Bella taught, you can just put 2 squared. No need to put it in a bracket unless it's negative, which, yeah, true. Okay, minus 4. What's my a? Come on. From the list. 3 it is. So bracket 3. Yes, so 3. What's my c? 8 with a what? So let me just squeeze this a little bit and extend it to have enough space. Negative 8. All dividing by 2 times what? What's a? 3. Okay, step by step, let's just clean up. Can someone tell me what's the first thing that we should clean up inside of the square root? Christian, what do you want to do? Absolutely. Do the harder stuff first. By the way, can we clean both parts at the same time? Yeah. 2 squared is what? 2 squared is 4. Now, here's my question. What's a minus times a minus, or a negative times a negative? Perfect. So here's how we can do things slightly quicker than usual. You can say equals minus 2 plus minus. What did we say 2 squared is? 4. What did we say? Let me zoom in. What did we say minus times a minus is? Good, good. Okay. What's 4 times 3 times 8? You can just plug it in. 4 times 3 times 8. I know it. It's 96. All right. So 96. What's 2 times 3? 6. Keep going. What's my next step? I'm cleaning up. Baby steps. Yes. Clean this one up. What's 4 plus 96? By the way, that's good news. Does anyone know the square root of 100? 10. Is it a decimal or a perfect 10? Nice. Okay. Some numbers are special, like 25. Yes. Yep. Okay. What should I do now? Yeah, yeah, go ahead. This needs to. Hold on. No. I, which will help me 100. And then I what? Square rooted, not squared. Square rooted into what? To 10. What should I do now? Can anyone? Keep going. How so? I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a hint. You have a plus and a minus. You once do the plus, and then once you do the what? So everyone, imagine. My first case, I'm gonna choose to what? Hide the what? Which one did I hide? The minus. And then I'm gonna hide the what? What did I hide the plus? You have to hide each one every time. Okay, everyone, I want you to write your final answer like this. Why do you think I'm writing it like this? Because I need how many answers? 2. An answer for the plus case, an answer for the minus case. Okay, everyone, let's do the plus case. What's minus 2 plus 10? By the way, you can do more steps, but I'm just going to skip because I don't have enough space. What's minus 2 plus 10? 8. What's 8 divided by 6? You can make it a decimal. Or you can make it a what? A small fraction, 4 over 3. Let's make it a decimal. Does anyone know what's 8 divided by 6 or 4 divided by 3? 1.3333333 forever. Let's just write, yeah, let's just write 2 3s. Everyone, 1, yep, 1.33. Okay, does anyone know what -2 -10 is? I'm doing now the minus case. Why? Because losing $2 and losing $10 is losing 12. What's -12 divided by 6? Uh, 2, no, -12 divided by 6. It's 2 with a negative. My bad. Done. That's it. Let me just squeeze this. How can you check your answer? Use what? No? What website? Well, Desmos is quite easier sometimes. Yeah. Yes. What's my equation? Come on. Original one. Original standard form. X squared. Sorry, plus. Horizontally. Okay, everyone. Say that again. There is y in the expression. Everyone, listen up. Desmos is smart enough to know that whether you put a y equals or not, it knows it needs to sketch a parabola. I'll show you. Same thing. Look, I'm just going to add a y equals. No problem. So I just take the easy way out. Now let me click on the zeros. Did we get a -2? Yes, we did. What was the other number? It works. So now all I want to do is just sketch a number line with those two numbers on it. So go ahead. Oh, sorry. Number line, x. The -2, sorry. Oh, yeah, the -2 is more to the left. And the 1.33 is here. Do you also remember what we did with this number line 3 days ago? We added another thing to it. Although you don't have to do it today, but we added something to this number. The what? The point in the middle, which we call the what? The vertex, the x value of the vertex. Yes, not today. That's all I want to show you today. Okay, let's do the next one. Do you think the next one is going to be done in any... Sure. Do you think the next one is going to be done in any significantly different way or same thing? Yeah, I need an A, I need a B, I need a C. But my A, B, C now look like what? They're what? 0.5, 2.2, 4.7. What do you call these numbers? Decimals. I want to show you that the equation works no matter what the type of numbers you have. All right, everyone, let's start. Can someone tell me what's my A? Whatever you see, 0.5. Thank you. What's my B? Huh? Say again? Nope. There's something missing, Abu Bakr. Yes, you have to put it as you see it. What's C? A 4.7 with a negative. Thank you. Yes. Let me just finish this one first. What's my next step after listing my ABCs? Come on. Yes, you're right. The equation. What's the equation? What does it start with? Negative b. Abu Bakr, do you see the problem if you just said 2.2? See, your negative b now should become positive, right? If you missed it, it would itself become negative. You always have to be careful. And by the way, just so you know, the good news about my teaching is that I will never give you this question as a what? Abu Bakr, as a multiple choice. I will give it to you as what? Show me your what? Because if I give it to you as a multiple choice and you make that small mistake that Abu Bakr did of forgetting the what? Forgetting the negative, is he going to pick the right multiple choice? Which means he should get what? No, I don't want you to, because you do a lot of work and all of that just because of a simple, stupid mistake at the beginning? No, you will always do these as show your work. So minus b plus minus what? A square root. Or I want to be perfect. So, yep, that covers it. Nice. All right. Let's fill in the numbers. What's my minus b? Minus b. Yeah, my original b is already what? Negative. So minus it would become what? You got it. Flip the sign. That's all I have to do. So I'm going to write, should I write positive 2.2? You can. I'm going to skip it. I know you know what I'm talking about by now. 2.2. Plus minus. Big square root. All right. What goes at the beginning of the square root? Come on. A b squared. But the b itself is what? The b itself is? So when I square it, should I put it in its own bracket? I should. No, by the way, everyone, no teacher likes seeing this. No, 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 no. When you raise a power, when you raise a negative number to a power, you have to put it in a what? Thank you. Yes. Yeah, because you know what? Some calculators, if you put the negative before, it doesn't understand. Is it included in the number or not? So you always be careful and put the bracket. Okay, minus 4 times, what's a? Yeah, whatever you see, 0.5. I need to, yep, 1 second. All right. What's my c? Which is what? Negative. Please make sure you put the negative. All dividing what? 2 times a, which is 0.5. Okay, I need to make this smaller. There we go. What do I do now? Step by step, cleaning up. All right. What do I get? Obviously, I'm not going to touch this 2.2. Yep. Yeah, go ahead. Hold on. Let me just fix this one. Sorry, did I make a mistake? No. C is negative 4.7. A, B, C. Did I make a mistake? Oh, okay. All right. So everything's good. All right. 2.2 plus minus. When you square a negative number, what do you get for sure? Square a negative number. What do you get for sure? No. When you square a negative number, you multiply it by itself. So negative with a negative will become positive because you're multiplying. So this will be positive. What's 2.2? It's 4.84. Okay. Negative times a negative. Only two of them will turn into a positive. Nice. Yes. Yep. So now I need to multiply 4 times the half times 4.7. 4. Yep. That. Hey, what's 2 times the half? Come on. 250 cents. How much? 1. Oh, I multiplied this number times this number times this number without the negatives because I've already done the negatives in my head. And I did 4 times 0.5. Sorry, 4 times 4 times zero point 0.5 times 4.7. I always have to multiply the 3 together in one shot. Okay, what's my next step? We're almost there. Very small steps needed. Yep, clean up what's under the bracket. So let me actually take some space out, like here and here. Yep, that's good. Equals 2 point. By the way, if you're dividing by 1, do you even need to keep showing it? If you divide by 1, no, you don't. So everyone, only when the bottom number is 1, you can actually start writing here, like this. 2.2 plus minus. Okay, what's 4.84 plus 9.4? Well, I can 14 point, yes? 24. Again, everyone, I'm not showing the what? I'm not showing the what? I'm not showing the divide by 1 because honestly, that's just not necessary. Okay, what do I need to get now? The square root of what? Come on. The square root of 14.24, which is going to be 3 point something. So, no, no. Okay, because it's a 1, I didn't have to show it. Only because it's a 1. If I want to stop there, should you mean here? No, no, no. Remember, you told me 2 times a half is 1. I'm following your lead here. Can someone tell me, is this going to be 3.77 or would it come up to 3.78? 77, because the 3 doesn't do anything. What? No, if I include a line, Caleb, I have to put a number. I don't want to put a number. That's the whole idea. Only because it's a 1. 1 second. Yes. Well, almost done. Almost done. 3.77. Okay. How many solutions do I get? Sorry, why are there so many? Oh, it is. It is so much to write down because I don't want to skip any steps. That's all. Well, Mr. Ramadan is different. Now we know. What do I do here? One time I had the what? Minus. One time I had the. Okay, let's hide the minus first. What's 2.2 plus 3.77? 5.97. What's 2.2 minus 3.77? With a what? With a negative sign. Yeah, because 2.2 is less than 3.77. Look, 2.2 subtract 3.77. Oh, my bad. 17. Our DNA is unique, of course. How many solutions do I get? 2. By the way, I want you to notice something. It seems I'm always getting what? A positive number and a what? Does that always have to be the case? Absolutely not. I will show you an example where you could get 2 positives or 2 negatives. You don't, everyone, I don't want you to get thinking that, oh, if I get 2 positives, I made a mistake. Absolutely not. You can get 2 positives, 2 negatives, or a positive and negative. I must admit, positive and negative seems to be the most common, but by no means it is the only one. Okay? So how do I check that my answer is correct? There's most. So let me freeze it so you get to copy while I sketch it. So I need someone to tell me what the numbers are. 0.5 for the first one. two x's, and then minus 4.7. All right, I'm going to unfreeze. Everyone ready? There we go. Zoom out. Where? Oh, yes. Where are my cuts? Well, let's see. My first cut is negative 1.574. What did we get? We stopped at 5.7. Again, depending on how many decimals I tell you to keep. What's my other one? 5.97, because I chose to stop at 2. This is my proof to you that the quadratic formula always, always, always works and will never, ever fail. Okay, you can go on. Okay, I want to give you 5 minutes to do this one. Go. Literally the same exact kind of work. Everyone, again, this equation in black right here will never, ever change. What's going to change is when you start putting numbers in. That's all. Okay, everyone, what'd you get? I'm going to take it up right now. Because if you're doing everything right, you should get at a step where you actually get stuck. I'll show you why. Look, everyone, eyes on the screen. So let's do this real quick. Most of you are almost done. So what's my A, what's my B, what's my C? Come on. Yes, 3 and 5 and 11, all positive, so that's fine. 5, C is 11. Okay, let's start with the equation. X equals, yep, hold on, negative B plus minus B squared minus 4AC divided by 2 what? 2. Okay, now, okay, everyone, what's the original B? But it needs to be put as what? So what should I put here? A 5 with a negative, nice. Plus minus, square root. What's my B squared? Come on, what's my B squared? 5 squared. Yes, thank you. You have got. By the way, do I need a bracket? Do I need a bracket around the 5 though? No, because 5 is what? 5 is positive. Thank you. Hold on. You mean this one? No, 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 no. The first B you put is all. Come on. The first B you put is always gonna be the opposite of this one. Every time. Only this one. Everything else stays the same. Okay? Minus 4 bracket. What's my first thing in the bracket? Come on. A, which is 3. Let's make a good 3. 3. What's my second thing in the bracket? Which is 11. No negative 11, just 11. Divided by 2 times what? What's my A? Come on, we're almost done. 3. All right, let's clean up. Negative 5 plus minus square root. What's 5 squared? Come on. 25. Is there a minus times a minus here? Is there a minus times a minus here? So there's only one minus. So should it become positive or stay negative? Stay negative. So just a negative. Who's got 4 times 3 times 11? I know it. 132. Yes, the negative already has been worked out. All divided by how much? Come on. 6. Okay. Who's got... Oh, my bad. Well, sorry, which one? No, 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 no. Okay, 5 squared is 25, right? Minus is minus, and apparently 4 times 3 times 11 is 132. It became positive in the first ones. Bilal, look, because I had a minus with another minus. Look, here also we had a what? We had a minus with another minus. Do you see what I mean? It flips only if you have 2 minuses. Yes, exactly. It's my, thank you, you got it. Okay, who's got, everyone, who's got 25, negative 5 plus minus? Who's got 25 subtract 132? Come on. 25 minus, like what's under the bracket? Sorry, square root. Hmm? Bilal, everyone, Bilal, what did you get when you tried to take the square root of negative 107? What did your calculator say on the cell phone? It said what? How many people know why you cannot actually get a number if you plug this in? You know what? I'll show it to you. Everyone look, eyes on the screen. 107 with a what? Are we ready? Why? Can you ever have a square root of a negative number? No way. You can't. You know why? Because only numbers that have square roots are what? Positive number. Guess what? If I change the minus 107 to just 107, would I get a square root? Yeah, 10 point something. Which means what? Here's my question. Do I have any way to go forward? By the way, just so you know, the most common mistake that people do here, everyone, pencils down, listen up. The most common mistake that people do here is that they say, oh, you know what? I swear. They go, I'm just gonna forget about the minus. Do you see what I mean? They force themselves to think that that minus is wrong, while in reality it's actually what? It is actually correct. So guess what they do? Don't try this. I'm gonna even write it in red to show you it's incorrect. They keep going like this. Minus 5 plus minus what? They took the square root, but of the what? Of the positive version of the number, which they shouldn't have done. They go 10.3 or whatever. And then they get how many answers? 2, because there is a plus 1 and a minus 1. While what they should have done, you should do this. Everyone, immediately. Once you get to here, you should say, no x-intercepts. Done. Right there. Stop. Okay, again, Bilal, how did I prove that my solution is correct every time? What do I use? Desmos. Let's sketch this on Desmos. I guarantee you, yeah, Colin already got it sketched. It will never touch the x-axis. It will never touch it, which means it shouldn't have any x-intercepts. Which means if you got solutions, I'm like, what the heck are you talking about? You shouldn't cut it anyway, and you're saying that you cut it twice because you thought this minus was incorrect. No, this minus is correct. It should be there, and it should tell you, stop, you're done. So let me show you. Just give me 1 second. I'm going to change the numbers. What was my first number? 3. What was my second number? Plus 5. What's my last number? Okay, everyone, we're ready. Let me zoom out so you can see. Everyone, ready? Look at the screen. Here's the x-axis, by the way. I guarantee you my parabola would be way up here. 3, 2, 1. Does it touch? No, it doesn't, which means you will never, ever find what x-intercepts here. You see the power of the what? Of the quadratic formula? If there are solutions, it will find them. If there are no solutions, it will tell you there are no solutions by giving you a negative under the square root. That's why I assigned it to you as to do as class practice, because I wanted to see how many people flip the sign, the minus, and they keep going. You should never keep going. Once you get to anything like this, it's like free marks. Stop right here and just tell me no x-intercepts. Done.